All right. It is 7:30-ish on a Sunday night. Means time for another edition of the Man Cave. We have the All-State PG, had All-State Coach. I'm Coach Barnes. We are Polk. Welcome to another edition of playoff basketball Man Caves. We got a lot to talk about, a lot to discuss. Very excited. Appreciate y'all being with us this evening, rocking with us. Do not take it for granted. We do appreciate you each and every time you click, each and every time that you listen and comment. We appreciate all that. So I don't know if you got anything, PJ. I know you've been up and down the road. So if you got anything in the Tuma's take, we got you. If not, we understand, but we're always going
something just congrats on a great season from Victory. The kid, I don't think the kids need to hold their head down about anything that went down the other night. OCP is a great team. I mean, very experienced team. It looked like a very experienced team, and it's another one of those teams that far as matching up, just as much as Victor added on, those guys added on players too, and I mean they're used to being in those type of environments. So Victor has nothing to hold their head down about. I mean, I was actually proud to be in the gym, in the building with the atmosphere that was in there. So I just wanted to kind of give them a shout out on a great season. I know sometimes we come in here, I come on, and everybody thinks I'm ready to just boom, boom, boom at teams for losing. But I've been a fan of Victory all season. I just had expectations for them, and just wanted to say congrats on a great season.
Okay. All right. We're swinging it back up top. Reversing the ball.
Yeah, I got a couple things to piggyback on what Toomer said. The atmosphere at Victory was electric for that playoff game, and I challenged them to have that atmosphere, throughout the season from here on out. So that could be a home court advantage, with the type of atmosphere that they had, on Friday night. That's what we've been talking about, when people coming out supporting teams, and I was very impressed. It was very hostile environment. Both team crowds was going at it. I thought it was awesome. So, I challenge you guys to keep that same energy for sure. I got a couple things. For one, like I said, we always try to give flowers. So, congratulate our cohorts on another big win this weekend with TBS. You know what I'm saying? Tuma, y'all doing y'all thing, man. And I know y'all got nationals coming up. So I really want to give you.
Yeah, I did want to say something about that, man, because man, you guys understand the trust the process part of things, right? And my JV team I started a couple years ago, thanks to Barnes, Kenny Broke Hughes, for even starting that. Well, this year it came off rocket because we lost so many girls with experience that moved on, and they hadn't lost a regular season show like in 2 or 3 years, and with about 40 girls, only 6 of them were returning, right? So it's been a process of getting them to understand the trust the process system that we all go through as coaches. And they got second place in their first 2 shows, bro. And last night, like, we've seen every show, we've seen the growth, but last night, bro, it brought chills to me how good they were. And the JV team won the grand champion of the overall show. They beat the varsity team by 1 point.
Oh, wow.
But that was big, man. Like, to see the growth of them from the first show we had to now is crazy. So I definitely want to say congratulations to my JV coaches and to the young ladies, man. They just continue to trust the process. It's no telling how far they can go this year again. So appreciate that by mentioning them.
No doubt. I also want to mention Coach Johnny Lawson for his 400th win. Coach, you the GOAT. Continue doing what you're doing with those young ladies, but we don't want the show to go and we not recognize you. You know what I'm saying? That's a milestone, and we want to make sure we give you your flowers, Coach Johnny.
Yes, sir. Good job, man. I know somebody posted and I had said something. He responded back. So congratulations on that. Congratulations to you as well, coach. As you're on that staff, man, and y'all have been amazing. Is not even the word you can use now. It's greatness that you guys are teaching, um, and how you guys are continuing to advance. And just a great job on y'all this year. Like since you've been there, y'all what like 4 out of 5 or 5 out of 5? Make it
No, bro. I've been there with the girls now. I think 1, 3. This will be my 7th time with them.
just amazing.
That's just with me being there. I only been there. I think this is my 9th year. We done been there 7 out of 9 times with 3 championships.
Yeah.
So it's been crazy. And I also found out that this is their 20th Final Four as a program.
Yeah, congrats to you, man, and coach, bro. Y'all got something that y'all been doing over there, man. It's not forget to include you on everything they got going on too, because you know you play just as much of a big role as Coach Lawson, man. Y'all doing an amazing job over there. You know, called program, the thing that we talk about over and over and over on this show, man. That's called a program, you know.
And we pretty much got everybody returning. So we're gonna be knocking at the door next year too.
That's big.
So but I think what I've been thinking about mostly is I wanna basically talk about where Polk County goes from here. Like do y'all expect any coaching changes, any coaching vacancies? Let's put it that way. Do y'all expect any coaching vacancies?
What they
And
gonna quit?
no, I don't know. I'm just saying, what's y'all prediction? Are there going to be any coaching vacancy? But also, what's y'all prediction for next year? Like, I think me and Tuma have been consistently and spot on about, our Final Four predictions. I know Coach, has had his hopes up. You know what I'm saying? But next year, do we get a boys team in the Final Four? So, any coach, you think how many coaching vacancies, if any? And how many teams do we predict to go to the Final Four next year?
Man, I think are they changing anything in the regions again?
It'll be some people that shift around. Teams will shift around according to the population numbers.
Okay, so if Winter Haven stays in that region, I think they have a stronger chance because that's a trash region they in, and but man, I think next year gonna be probably like a down year for us. The junior class. I don't. Nah, I ain't got. I don't know, man. Winter Haven, because they're young. They got the two studs, but the rest of those guys are young, right?
Yeah, they got one other senior, Tyrese, the point guard, or the other guard. But the rest of those guys are young.
I guess it all depends on who goes where. Do we get any guys that commit to any brotherhoods that happen where they say we're gonna commit to go play at this place? So I don't know, bro. That's interesting.
I think it.
Good question, boy. You hit us with a great question.
Yeah,
I don't want to sit here and say no, and that somebody trash and they're gonna be because you never know what could come in and go out. I just like looking at what we got coming back for the teams now that they have now. McGriff is old too, right? They're a senior.
Yeah, I think they're losing like 9.
So 6A definitely trash. I can't see 6A. I don't see anyone in 6A right now. You asked me today.
Yeah, I'm asking you today.
Yeah, I don't see. I just think Winter Haven has an easier region than the remaining crew.
I think Winter Haven not gonna have the big names like JP and Isaac, and like I said, Tyrese been a monster for them for the last couple of years too. But I think those kids that they have play well together, and I think they can make it back to the Final Four for sure.
That's I just because their region. I mean, I ain't
yeah.
Durant.
Yeah,
I'm taking Polk over that any day.
For sure. But I know that that's going to change when this transfer portal open up.
Coaches vacancies, bro. No, I don't. I mean, I don't see that happening. I don't see, because they don't fire coaches in high school no more. There's no commitment to winning like it used to be. Like the fans have talk about it, and like I said, have talk about it, but there's no you better win type of situation like that goes in to when you have boosters and all that sitting down with the principal, the athletic director saying, "Hey, boom, we put our hand. We want this to happen. We want to see winning at our program because, truthfully, you got two programs." Then you got Victory. That's what I'm saying. Victory is very, very stable. Santa Fe, you pretty much rely on who's going to come in. It's not like they're building from the ground up. They're getting transfers coming in. So whoever he gets helps them be legit. And they're young. They still got. They're young. So I think Santa Fe can knock at the door. Just depends on who's in.
From what they have coming back right now, I agree with you.
Yeah, we can't not mention Santa Fe, but again, they second round it out.
Now that's a great point that you made. That it's really no pressure coming in from like administration. If you was a principal, how would you be towards your sports program?
Oh, I'm all in with sports. I'm a sports guy. I mean, so yeah, I'm putting pressure. But how many of these programs? Let me ask y'all this, because I know Barnes want to tune in. How many of these programs actually have a strong booster club?
That's a great question, because I know I only can speak for the ones that I know. I know Lake Wells has a strong booster club. My thing is, since I've been at Winter Haven, they don't even have one. Not for basketball anyway.
So where's the pressure coming from? Because at principals, they got to worry about A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
True.
So they don't care about sports.
True.
That's the thing. I mean, as far as next year, I mean, I think a lot gonna have to do with how, like you said, who in what region, and then to your point, at Coach Atwo's point, who gets moved around. But I do think some kids gonna do the whole superpower thing and team up together. I do see that happen.
And I think that's gonna happen on the girl side too, where it just makes the whole entire county top heavy and everybody else mediocre at best.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a great talent gap next year. I think it's gonna be some superpower, and sometimes those superpowers work, sometimes they don't. But I think a couple kids gonna try it. But like you said, and to the Mike point, grades, academics, that's what drive everything. So athletics gets held hostage a lot of time. I don't necessarily see, like you say, I can see a coach maybe walking away or quitting, but I don't see nobody getting fired, like you say, unless they just.
No, I don't expect that, but
yeah,
I won't be surprised if it's one or two vacancies. So I don't want to say somebody getting fired. I'm just saying it probably be one or two vacancies.
I don't see that, bro. That'd be interesting.
Well, to your point about the girls and boys, Miss Shaw, shout out to Miss Shaw, Savannah Shaw sent this interesting note about the tournament, White House. There are 4 teams that have multiple got boys and girls teams in. So in 3A, Jacksonville, Providence, and 5A, Daytona Beach, Mainland, 6A, Ponte Vedra, Virgin, however you say that, and 7A, Winter Haven. So 4 teams got boys and girls teams in. So that's even more of an accomplishment that the boys and the girls from Winter Haven got to the Civic Center. You can say you got a super team. You can say you got a squad, but you still got to coach it. You still got to go out there and win the game. So shout out to y'all, both of y'all, for getting there. We're gonna talk about both of those shortly. So we got the classified session. Coach kind of talked about a couple of them. Just to continue on this week, Isaac Salazar moved into second place all-time scoring at Winter Haven, past his coach, one of his coaches, Jamie Phillips Sr. So shout out to him. Shout out this morning to Matt Stevens from Lakeland Christian getting his first offer to Crown College. And Winter Haven as a team this week moved up to number 22 in the national polls. So they ranked 22 in the nation. That 7A class that we're about to talk about got 3 teams that's ranked in the top 22 in the country. It's just like bananas in Florida. But we'll talk about that here in a minute. But so shout out to those folks. And then we also had that LJ Kaysen and Ida Salazar are finalists for the 23-24 overall Florida High School Player of the Year. 16 players that were nominated or made the final nomination. And LJ and Isaac were 2 of those 16. So shout out to both of those young men. If you all have not voted yet, I don't know if the voting is closed, but vote for one of them, please. Once again, we insanely biased toward ours. So they did make the finalists. So we posted it on the page. And so hopefully if you hadn't voted, please do. Congrats to those guys. So the week that was on Tuesday night, we had 4 games, and as expected, Winter Haven took care of Durant. Probably a little closer than people thought, but they still took care of it. It was 68-53. I think Durant did a good job of taking the air out the ball. Coach, I know you was at that game.
Yeah, man. He had a great strategy. It got down to the fourth quarter where he had to come out of it, and that's when the game, its lead extended out. But he took the air out the ball the first half.
Okay, so that was smart of him to do that. And so the score was like 68-53, but Winter Haven moved on. 2A, when Victory moved on, they beat Mount Dora Christian by like 30, 82-59. So that, really wasn't in doubt. But we had 2 games. We went 0-2 on Tuesday night for Polk versus Orlando or Orange County. Bartow went over to Edgewater and played well in some spots. Did not play as well as they probably wanted to, obviously, and they lost to Edgewater 58-52. Probably the first time, and Bartow had went on like a 12, like they had won like 12 of their last 13 or something like that. But that was the first game that I had seen in a while that they did not win the rebounding battle. And that's kind of how they really been getting people, because they just been wearing people out on the boards. Well, they didn't win the rebounding battle against Edgewater, and I think that kind of was their undoing. I don't know if you all saw it different, but that's kind of how that was the most glaring thing I saw, that they couldn't own the glass like they had been doing in the stretch they had went on.
I think a game of runs. Edgewater came out, and then Bartow made a great run to get back into the game, but then the momentum shift right there at the end. And, and Edgewater just had the momentum going into the end of the game. But I think hats off to Coach McGriff. I think he had a great game plan. He just didn't execute it. The kids just couldn't execute down the stretch.
Okay. And then here in Lakeland, we had a heartbreaker. I personally say I didn't see this one coming. Holy Trinity came in to Santa Fe and left out with a win, hit a 3 at the buzzer, Heartbreak Hotel. Santa Fe went down 63-60. Any thoughts? So we lost. So we went down from 4 going into Tuesday, left with only 2, as if like both you guys kind of predicted it. I think I didn't, but you all did. So
no, I thought they would make it to the
regional final.
The final. So
yeah. Again, you have to come to play game in and game out. You can't take nothing for granted. You know what I'm saying? Because at any moment, you could be shorts to the right, shirts to the left. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't see that game. I just heard, some things, and I just think, at this time you can't have any letdowns. You got to play at a high level the whole entire time. You can't play with people, especially if you're better than them. So, I think it's a big learning experience because he has so many coming back, and I think this loss will fuel them next season.
Okay. I don't know if you want to try this question right now, Coach, or we want to keep pressing.
They don't beat Columbus.
No.
Yeah, they beat Winter Haven. Yeah.
Okay.
The Winter Haven team this year against Bartow.
With Walt?
Yeah, I like Walt. I would say Walt Dunn was better. Dude,
Yeah.
Defensively, I think it would be a
like that 20 team was really good. I thought the 20 team was better than the 20.
I was gonna say which one of the teams you talking about, but yeah.
But I don't think they beat Columbus though.
Gotcha. So, and then so we move on to Friday night. We regional finals. Winter Haven once again got Plant City, and probably the only thing that was surprising was the margin of victory. They scored ended up being 12, 71-59. But Winter Haven goes on. They punched their ticket to get back to the White House once again. So congrats to Coach Woodside, Coach Phillips, Coach Reddick, all of the guys, all of the parents, all of the fans of the program. The Blue Devils will be back, which we'll talk about that here in a minute. But coming back to Lakeland again, we had the showdown, the third Polk versus Orlando matchup of the week. And we had OCP came into victory, like you guys spoke about earlier. Amazing atmosphere for high school basketball. Great game, great atmosphere. But unfortunately, Victory was not able to match what OCP came with. And so they went down at home 69-52. You all thoughts on that one? Any more that you've already kind of spoke on?
I mean, the first thing, I didn't know that they wasn't at full strength either. I didn't know the Dino kid was hurt. And my thing is they had to have everybody to have a chance at beating OCP. You know what I'm saying? But I was very impressed with OCP. Because I seen them early in the year without the Brown kid. But with that kid, they are a really, really good team. And they defend well. And then plus everybody on the court can get to the basket and they can put the ball in the hole. It was actually a sight to see, Coach. It was a sight. Mid range, getting all the way to the cup, shooting the basketball. And from Victory, they played their game. It's just shots wasn't falling. And LJ wasn't able to get to the free throw line like he normally does. So I said OCP had a great game plan for him.
They answered every run that Victory made. I was impressed with anything from Victory that I was like really impressed with was the white kid on defensive end, full court.
Yeah,
he caused
energy.
Yes,
he was causing havoc.
He was a whole problem.
Tucker Fox.
That's his name.
Yeah, Tucker Fox.
Got the right last name then, boy, because he's just. Yeah, he tough.
He a freshman.
Yeah, he tough, boy. He a freshman?
Freshman or sophomore. I want to say freshman. He young though. He a young kid. Question in the chat: How much did Mike not playing? Do they have a shot with Mike playing?
They don't win that game.
Even with Mike, they still.
But they had to have everybody to have a chance. That's my take on it.
I'm not gonna take bad when I said they don't win that game, then because nobody else stepped up. You gonna have to, even if he stepped up with what they did. Anybody know what LJ ended up with?
I can tell you. Hold
on. They basically made him shoot jumpers, bro. They put a big guard on him, and they help side. They stayed in the lane, and they played great help side. So they forced him to shoot jumpers that he wasn't hitting that night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was very impressed with OCB defense.
So you take LJ's points away just for Mike to hit it. That still don't win the game.
LJ had 21 and Jordan Lanier had 18. That's 39-52.
Jordan Lear was number 5.
Yeah, number 5.
That was quiet. He hit a couple of trey balls right before the half. I just didn't see them get anything from anyone in the second half.
Especially inside, man. It was they couldn't get easy baskets. It was tough for them to get. They had to work for every basket that they got, coach. In those particular games.
Yeah.
Mike, I don't even think it was the Jordan rule, bro. I just think it was team defense. I mean, they just put a big guard on him and they forced the jump shot. It wasn't even like I don't think they did anything different than what any good team should do.
But they got the talent to do it.
Yeah.
Like, they was long, athletic themselves.
Flasher, you help you get in your lane. I think it just was like you get in your lane and you actually help out. And you take away guys, you let other guys beat you. It's the basketball rule, man.
Yeah.
This kid right here who averaging 5 points a game, make him beat us. If he go off and we lose this game,
you can live with that.
I can live. Yeah,
you can live with that.
Coaching rule, man. And how many times that happened?
So to that point, okay, so they was able to eliminate the great player, that LJ essentially, and got to the White House. So the other day I posted a quote that Damon started by. He coaching at Georgia Tech and he's struggling right now. You could tell that his passion for the game and what he's getting right now probably ain't lining up. So I thought the other day he was like, y'all he kind of did a whole deal thing. When I get my players in here, like, y'all better get me now. But he made a quote. He said, average players want to be left alone. Good players want to be coached. Great players want to be told the truth. So we had a conversation off the air. We've had it for the last couple of days. And it relates to a great player. What makes a great player? Is a great player off of the talent that he or she has? Or does the greatness lessen if they are with great talent? So if you great, is it defined by your skill level and what you do, or is it defined by who you play with? Does it somehow minimize you being great if you so happen to be on a squad, or you're on a squad with some killers, some guys that can get it? Does that somehow another lessen yours?
No. I mean, prime example is Mount Verde on Columbus. I mean, they have superstars. They got superstars everywhere, and all of them are able to shine. I think it actually make your greatness even stand out even more because you're able to get your shine with those particular people. Exactly. My thing is when you play with them, it should make you better. You know what I'm saying? It should make you compete even more. So I think it should be a combination of your talent level plus with the people around you. Not only the people that you're playing with, but the people that's in your ear. Do you have a strong support system? And also, do you have a work ethic to go with it? My thing is, I'm so impressed with that girl Juju from USC. Man, that's crazy, coach. Because my thing is, she works out after the game. She just gave somebody a 40-piece. And guess what she did after the game? She went to work out. You know what I'm saying? After she gave somebody 50-something a couple weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? The security calling the coach like, hey, should we kick her out the gym? Do these kids have that type of work ethic of being great? You know what I'm saying? That's one of the things they always said about Kobe. You know what I'm saying? Kobe used to be up 3-4 o'clock in the morning working out. You know what I'm saying? And then he go lift weights. And then he go home, he rest a little bit, then he go back and work out. You know, I hung out with Amari all this summer. He had so many stories about people like that. And my thing is, people don't know what it takes to be great for so long at that high level, man. It's a lot of work, coach. It's a lot of work.
Coach, name a great player that you can think of in recent memory. And I'm keeping it Polk County. We're not even saying national. In Polk County, a great player that did not have, I guess, a great supporting cast and a great player that did. And then I guess the question is do you view them, judge them, rate them, rank them, whatever you want to say, because that's what we do. We do all that. Does that change based off of the team that you're on?
Coach, you making me think hard on that one.
Yeah, I mean, it's because it's like, to me, I'll speak for me. If a player is great, they're great no matter who they're around. And the people around them, I guess, because some of the conversation is the people around you make being great easier, and the person that does not have that has to do more to be great. And I'm like, well, okay, maybe that person does, but that doesn't, in my opinion, that doesn't diminish the person greatness because they happen to be on a good team because the other person wasn't. I don't think you're getting weighed anymore. If we're looking at them as great comparable, we can't compare the supporting when we just supposed to be comparing them. And maybe I'm looking at it from the wrong lens, but that's kind of how I'm looking at it. Maybe just be a different perception. That's why I figure I asked you because I know you're authority on that, all those type of things,
Yeah, that one tough, coach.
Yeah. I mean, Mike, Tuma is Unc now. When you wake up one day and you Unc, or you old school. So he Unc old school. So it's like you hear old head now. Like when I became an old head, like the other day he was an old head telling the story, like, hey man, look. And when you be given the scenario and you be given the criteria, it's like, yeah, but I'm like, well, if your guy giving 30 with his squad and this other kid giving 27 with his squad, 27-30 ain't that big a difference. If your guy can hit the 3-ball mid-range, get to the basket, and the other guy can hit the 3-ball mid-range, get to the basket, it ain't that big a gap. And I guess the thought is, I'm not saying your guy not great, but I'm saying this guy over here ain't, trash either because your guy's great. And I guess that's my thing. I'm saying they're equally great, and that's where the discrepancy and difference of opinion came. So I just figured I would bring it up and for the sake of conversation. So, all right. So the week that is, we are down to one team left. So, so Coach Lance, I guess you would be along the line of who's greater. I'm saying it's just they're equally great in their own right, and nothing. The other the fluff or the stuff behind it does not take away from the greatness. That was my take. So they both equally great. But yeah, so it's Winter Haven versus everybody. And the good news and the great news, Winter Haven makes it back to the White House one more time. We know that that's not easy to do, no matter how easy they made it look. It's not easy to do. But you get there and you find out that the number 13 team in the nation also made it. And that's who you got on Friday, right? Thursday and Friday, because it's back to back, right? Friday. You get past that one, which is a rematch from last year in the semifinal game. So you're looking in the mirror again. And then you happen to win that war, because we know it's going to be a war, you potentially going to wake up and have to play, what are they this week? 1, 2, or 3. They ain't been lower than 3 all year, Columbus.
The one said it.
Whatever this week. They ain't been lower than 3 all year. So
they 2 or 3. They definitely
top 3 teams in the country is what you get. So you got 1 through 3, whatever the week is, 13 and 22, all in the same bracket. And then Orlando Evans over there, like, man, we somebody too. But Friday night, and I looked at this today, Orlando Oak Ridge is 26 and 3. And they got 5 players that average double figures. 19, 5 and 8 by the kid that's like one of the top 15 juniors in the nation. 15 and 5, 8 rebounds from 2025 PG, who Power 5, one of the top point guards in the country. And they got 3 other guys averaging 15, 14 and a half, 13. So all year long, we've been talking about Winter Haven and Columbus. But then we somehow forget about Winter Haven and Oak Ridge. Oak Ridge got to happen first before Columbus can take place. So what's y'all take on Winter Haven?
Coach, man, check your receipts. Check your receipts. Coach, I've been saying it because I knew what their path was. I told you their path was going to be the same. Oak Ridge in the semis, Columbus in the finals. And I told y'all that this year it's going to be harder than last year because both teams are better. Both teams got better. You know what I'm saying? And it shows in their national ranking. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy to try to play at such a high level on back-to-back days. You know what I'm saying? I talked to Coach Woodside today. I think he got a great game plan going into Friday. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, those kids are going to have to play at a high level for 2 days in a row. And that's just tough. And like I said, Oak Ridge is better than they were last year. They had a top 15 player in the country.
I think people forget that a shot at the buzzer beat Oak Ridge when Oak Ridge was pretty much in control of that game, the whole game, right?
Yes.
A shot at the buzzer beat Oak Ridge. And we just look past that. Like Oak Ridge they just beat Oak Ridge like with ease. Like, oh, they 27-1, so Oak Ridge is not even a problem. So I don't understand that. I mean,
no, not at all. Oak Ridge played
Oak Ridge ranked 13 in the country, right?
They beat some teams out of the country too.
They 13 in the nation too. That's why I say you got 3 of the top 22 in the same region in the country.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be tough. You know what I'm saying? I wish them well. I really want them to go in and take care of business, but it's not.
Oak Ridge returned a lot of experienced players too, right?
Yes, they did.
So that's the biggest issue I see in this game that I'll speak on is the experience versus the non-experience. Because a lot of Winter Haven guys are young. They came up from JV. Like they haven't played in that White House versus the team that we lost, we gave that away, and we back, and what that could be. So it's definitely a tough road.
Yeah, and then he talked about losing Dylan. I thought KJ was a big loss too. You know what I'm saying? KJ the one hit that shot for them to get to the championship game.
All right.
And KJ brought over championship experience from Bartow. You know what I'm saying? But I think Jamie and Isaac, they have played at a high level, not only at Winter Haven and in travel ball. And I think Tyrese is fearless. X factor is Zay Mosley and those kids that are coming off the bench. They're going to have to get, a lot from them in order for them to accomplish the goals that they set out before the season.
So is Oak Ridge, do they have a bench? Or that they just top heavy with that starting 5? I mean, if they got all 5 of them in double figures, I'm thinking they either Don't have no bench. Them guys playing heavy minutes, that's what I'm hoping. Because what I'm going with this is Winter Haven is deeper. So you figure Winter Haven can wear him down. At least you hope Winter Haven can wear him down. I'd be real interested to see the Mayo because of how hard he guard.
Mm-hmm.
And he turnover, can he kind of frustrate the Reese kid? Because you know how the Reese kid really is how Oak Ridge go. I don't know if you saw him play PG, but he's like a true like PG. So he control the game. He set the table. Like me and coach was talking before we jumped on. He can hit shots, so you can't just like back up off of him because he can score. But he set the table. He averaging 15 and a half and 8 assists a game. 8 assists a game in high school. On a team like that, that's saying something. So I think that might be the matchup of the game because, I mean, size-wise, Oak Ridge is they got the size advantage. They got some guys. They got some length. But I think if Mayo can disrupt the Reese kid, which I don't know if he turn him over, wear him down, because I don't think nobody really he not saying they on this level, but just to visualize UPG. Think about the UNLV team back in the day with Greg Anthony. He had to have the ball the whole time. Nobody else. It's kind of like that with
Reese is.
That's kind of how Reese is. So I'm like, if Mayo could win that battle, that could really low key be the matchup of the game that nobody gonna talk about.
So I just got a text. They said they got a 6'7" kid committed to UCF coming off the bench. So my thing is, when you talked about experience bonds, I think that's gonna play a factor. Because Winter Haven got 3 kids that have been to that arena and played all 3 years, and those are 3 seniors. When you get past that, none of those other kids have played in that big game. None of them. You know what I'm saying? They might have been there. They might have been on the team, but they haven't received those minutes on that floor. So, and that's a concern that we have on the girls' side. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know we have a couple of freshmen that play, and we had a couple of sophomores that's getting time right now, but they have never played in the RP Funding Center. You and I both know that atmosphere is different. Going in there and playing is different. Everybody can't go in there and shoot, and some people get intimidated where they're actually scared. So my thing is, are you going to go in there and be nervous? Or are you going to go in there and play? You know what I'm saying? To our advantage, we play defense at a high level, and we're hoping to get as many easy transition baskets as we can. But if you're a jump shooting team and you go in there with that, type of shakiness, you're in trouble.
So, and then obviously the matchup. So who does we figure that Isaac and the Jones kid are guard each other, right? I would assume both high mortar type kid. They kind of same type player. Who does Oh wow. Did you know that, Coach?
What happened?
What Preston just put in chat?
He said they should have. He's not saying. He said saying they should have.
Oh, should have. I thought they was gonna have them. Okay.
No.
Yeah, that would be big. Who JB guard? I see where Winter Haven beat Oak Ridge this summer, but a lot of stuff has happened. I don't think that Jones kid is with.
No, the Jones kid didn't play.
So Oak Ridge is a totally different team in the summer when they get picked up the Jones kid. But who does JP? Because we know JP gonna be a problem on offense, but who he guard?
I think you switch it up, Coach. You know what I'm saying? I think you can't stay in a particular defense for too long. And I think that will help, people like JP and Isaac stay out of foul trouble. You know what I'm saying? And not only will Tyrese probably guard that Mayo kid, but he got other kids like the Redding kid, the Daly kid. He got multiple people that can go out there and guard those people. So my thing is, I think you should go in there with a mindset of game plan A, B, and C. You know what I'm saying? And use it to protect your guys because to a point last year, I think Dylan got in foul trouble. I don't think you can afford for your main players to get in foul trouble in either game. So it's important to have a game plan and have a backup plan going into this game.
Okay. So let's say when Haven gets past Oak Ridge, We won't be back on before it happens. They got to turn it right back around to your point, less than 24 hours, just a little bit over 24 hours, and potentially play Columbus. So they was potentially Winter Haven's going to have two rematches from last year's the replay, deja vu from the Civic Center last year. They get Oak Ridge in the semis and Columbus in the finals. So do we feel different about Winter Haven? One game for it all. It's shirts to the left, shorts to the right for everybody, regardless.
I mean, Coach, man, I said in the beginning, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to, you know, go back on my word. You know what I'm saying? I think Columbus is the best team in the state, you know, minus Mount Vernon. You know what I'm saying? So I'm supporting Winter Haven. I'm supporting Coach Woodside. Coach Woodside, if you need something from me, I'm there to help. I'm there to encourage the kids that I have coached there in the past. I do whatever I can to help them win that game. But like I said, you're talking about the number 2 team in the country. Like I said, this is probably the most difficult year for them to win a championship. I thought the first year that they went, they should have won. Last year was difficult, but they should have won last year. I think this hill is even more difficult to climb.
It to me, what they need to do, I think, I don't know, and I'm obviously Coach Woodside and the guys, they got it figured out. I'm just saying, if it was me, I think I got to kind of go opposite for both games. It's like, I don't know if you want to get in a trike meet with Oak Ridge, but I think you probably do with Columbus, if that makes sense. So, but the person that I kind of worry about it, and Shane, was it Rex or Shane or somebody said in the chat, that back-to-back game is going to test your conditioning too, Coach.
Definitely.
You know, so, and you know, Coach, when you get tired, you stop thinking. You know, that's the first thing to go is the mental part when the fatigue set in.
And also, Coach, when like I've been there plenty of times, but your rotation change when you get there. That rotation get a little bit tighter. You know what I'm saying? People stay on the floor a little bit longer. You know what I'm saying? It's harder to, you know, trust people out there when they start making mistakes. You can't just leave them out there.
But see, that's the thing. I actually think that's one Haven advantage is that he's using his depth. So that I think that's what got you there. So get there and kind of tighten up. I'm not sure about that, but it happens. Like you say, you get out there, you start. Say again?
They do it in the NBA, and we question like how people play in the season and then get in the playoffs and rotation buckles down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just that's that one.
I don't think sometimes you don't got no choice. Like you got certain guys that they can't even come out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you as a coach, when you get to that scenario, you got to evaluate what is the matchup like for compared to when you're playing in the season.
Yeah.
You're trying to get everybody to understand their roles and play through it. Now you got to have the matchup type of scenario.
Facts. And that rope gets a little bit tighter. So the mistakes that I allowed you to make, you know, during the season, I can't allow as many or for as long because, you know, the game is on the line.
Can Jamie Eisen make up for your 5 turnovers that you're doing in the regular season in a hell game when you win or go home type of situation against a hit? Because that's all they're gonna see is hell games, both games again. You know? So I think sometimes you got to look at adjusting the minutes in your rotation due to the match, bro.
But when you get your opportunity, you gotta take advantage of it. So if you're going out there and you're a difference maker where you're playing defense, you're getting steals, you're rebounding, you're affecting the game more than scoring, I can leave you out there a little bit longer. But if you're not giving me nothing, you know what I'm saying, you shouldn't expect to stay out there.
Yeah, just minutes. Nah, either you need to play another extra 4 minutes instead of me subbing you out to give you a break in the game where we're up. Think about those type of games. Like, have they had those hell games, or have they had games where they had a cushion to do the rotations too, bro? Because
They've had both, but
when the last time they had both?
not the type of hell they about to endure though.
Yeah, when the last time they had that? You go to the Northern game, but before the Northern game, Winter Haven was on the roll of giving people double digits.
Yeah, it's probably since Christmas. You know what I'm saying, when they was at the Kingdom of the Sun. You know what I'm saying? So, but my thing is, first of all, I hate this new format. I hate that we don't even play this week. We play the next week. You mentioned conditioning. Boy, hey, my girl's gonna hate me this week. Because my thing for this week, you talked about hell games, it's gonna be hell practice. Because my thing is, especially, you might not be able to come out. You know what I'm saying? So it's important that you be able to play at a high level for 32 minutes.
Everything about this state tournament is dumb.
And you get your reward, coach. Those 3 teams, and not to discredit Evans either, because they made it. But those 3 teams, your reward of all this hard work, all these games, is you got to wait 2 weeks, first of all, and then I got to play back to back.
I don't understand the back to back.
That's not a reward. That's punishment.
I thought it would have made sense to start Monday with everybody. Just do everybody Monday through Saturday, and start the games at 9:00.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they're gonna lose money because we play at 1 and the boys play at 3.
That's so dumb, bro. Like,
you should have just let us play Thursday night. Let us play Thursday night. You know what I'm saying? So all of Polk County can get there. And then we play the championship game on Saturday.
That's what they used to do. If a Polk County team made it, you already knew Friday night, whoever it was, Kathleen, Bartow, Lake Wells, Winter Haven, you had that Friday night game, and the whole county coming. It just made sense. And I guess they got new people in charge. Like, it don't make sense. Like, y'all getting penalized because you made it.
Yeah.
How in the world you playing 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock? What people can't get off and work in the middle of the week, 1 to 3 o'clock?
So does Winter Haven say no school on Friday?
It's early release
for everybody, or just Winter Haven?
Polk County. It's early release, so all high schools will be done by 11:30.
I ain't going to work anyway, so
it's already early. It's already early release for you.
I might go in there Friday because I got playing period, so I might go in and just leave. After that, I don't lose my day.
That's just, and I hope that it's a year-to-year thing where they can evaluate it after this year and see how horrible it's going to go, and they scrap it. That would be the right thing, but sometimes, them people, they gonna what you say, stand on business, kind of like Cam Newton did today. Y'all saw Cam Newton stand on business. Man, he's trying to jump Cam Newton, man, in his own flag tournament, man. Yeah, they rushed Cam. Cam was on the stage. He would get you have to check it out. It's all on all the little news feed. But anyway, so now this week, coach, like you say, so all you're doing is conditioning. Didn't know, coach. So coach, put your coaching hat on. So with this new format, so you got more practice time than you normally will have, right?
Yes.
Do you run the risk? I don't want to say it's a risk, or do you take this strategy? Let me put something in that's not on tape that they can't game plan for.
Of course, coach.
So you got plenty of time to do it, right?
Coach, I got 3 game plans, especially defensively. And my thing is, it's not on tape, but we've been working on it in practice. we're going to continue to work on it, and then whatever we don't like after this week, we're going to throw out. So next week, we're just going to focus on, what we plan on using on next Friday on the 8th. But,
Coach, I think it's a great time to put in one thing on offense, one thing on defense. You got time. You got like 8 practices.
Yeah, it's something defensively that nobody has seen and that we plan on using.
And you almost do it for both. So you have one thing for the semi and one thing for the final. Because even if I'm sitting there watching you after I done won, I'm watching this new thing you're doing, this new set you're running. I ain't got time to go prepare for nothing that you ain't showed on Saturday. So I could be sitting there preparing and game planning for the whole wrong, the thing that you're going to do against me the next day.
Yeah, you got it. I saw the new Billy D with that matchup you got. The way you talked about that girl.
Yeah, Coach, we're gonna end with that. We do boys. We're gonna do boys, but we're gonna give you a chance, Coach. To
When I hear you say she a problem, I'm like, huh? But, like, man, she a whole problem and a half.
Tuma, she's a whole problem. She's a generational kid. That's how good she is. You know what I'm saying? And we knew that, and we did whatever we could to neutralize her last year. In the end of the fourth quarter, she took over.
So is she better than last year? Is she a better player?
I think so. I don't think the team is better than last year's team, but she's still who she is, man. They done went back to back, so they're going for their 3rd championship in a row. They got experience. They done been in big games. Even though how close they've been, they found a way to win. You know what I'm saying? Like, we in the uphill battle too. But I'm gonna do what I can as a coach to put my kids in the best chance to win. And we did that last year. We just didn't execute the whole game plan for all 4 quarters.
So, Coach, from 2 standpoints, one, explain to people, because there was a couple of people had this question on the page. How did they get a 2 seed instead of the 1 seed? And then B, you kind of just alluded to it, the game plan. Y'all got a rematch just like the boys. What's different? I know you ain't gonna, you can't spill the blame. I mean, the obvious difference, you got more time to prepare for them than you did last year. But speak on the first part, how they are 2. Because I know some people asked that instead of 1, since they've been considered the the number 1 team all year, and then more on it.
Well, actually, they wasn't the number 1 team all year. Colonial was the number 1 team all year, and the reason why, even though Dr. Phillips' strength of schedule was better than Colonial's, and I think even ours was better than Colonial. I think Dr. Phillips ended up losing like 4 games this year. I think we lost 5. Colonial only lost 2. So it really came down to the number of losses that both of us had. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that ended up, as far as the seeding goes. But we can't control who we play, so we're gonna line it up and do this rematch from last year. The big difference. Do what now?
That do suck. Y'all got to play them in the
semi. It does. It does. And the funny thing is that, I know a lot of people over there, and they really want to play Colonial. I guess there's been a lot of talking, some trash talking over there. So, but we're going to.
They did a little home cooking with the numbers, Coach?
Hey, I wouldn't be surprised. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, we're going to line it up. You know what I'm saying? But our team this year is way different than the one from last year. We had a senior point guard that was our floor general, and this year's team is very, very young. Everybody's coming back. Everybody's coming back. You know what I'm saying? So, no, this team is young. We had a lot of growing pains, especially early. We relied on some freshmen, to give us major minutes. But we have 3 that are playing in the game last year. And my thing is, Coach, I go to war with them any day. Like I said, we got a good game plan. Just hopefully we go in, we shoot the ball well, because we're gonna play defense, and we'll take our chances, Coach.
How do you take away them viewing it like freshmen? How do you, as a coach, make sure that that's not something they even consider?
Well, the first thing, what we want to do is make you uncomfortable. We're not going to just allow you to do how you did it in practice. So we're going to make you uncomfortable. when we play defense. We're gonna try to push you out to half court as much as we can. We're gonna try to limit, your best player and make somebody else beat us. But at the same time, we have to get our freshmen and the kids that haven't been there. We got to get them comfortable really, really quick. You know what I'm saying? The way we're going to do that is being aggressive on defense and just trying to get in transition and get easy baskets. The more layups that we can score, the better off our chances are. If it's a half court game gives them the advantage.
Okay. And so you get that one out of the way. That's really, you all in the same boat. So you got to turn right back around on Saturday and potentially play the number one team, who is Colonial. Then you're saying, says Dr. Phillips wasn't one, Colonial was one.
Yeah.
So does the game, are they two totally different teams, styles of play? So it'll be two totally different game plans. You kind of do some of the same stuff.
It'd be totally different game plans. They have different personnel. Dr. Phillips look like us mostly. They kind of play like us. They want to get up and down, but they just got the experience along with it. Colonial, I think, is a more half court type of team. They have the coach's daughter that shoots the ball very well, and they added some pieces also. They had a girl come in from Alabama. They got a big girl down low that can play inside out. But we was able to speed them up last year with our pressure and make them uncomfortable. I like my chances against them, but I can't think about them right now.
Okay. All right. So once again, there will be no Polk County basketball this week, although there will be basketball at the RP Funding / White House. So it'll be the smaller classes. Is it 1, 2, and 3?
4. 1 through 4.
1, 2, 3, and 4A will be playing their Final Fours this week. And then next week will be the big boys, 5 and girls. I don't want to discount the ladies now. 5, 6, and 7A, where our very own Winter Haven boys and girls will be fighting for state championship. So thank y'all for all your support, man, this week of the kids, especially over there Friday night over the Victory. Shout out to everybody who packed in there and gave them kids a great experience, even though it was in defeat. Thank y'all for showing up, showing out for the kids, Coach Fitzgerald and the program. Appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. We do not take it for granted. So until next time, Polk Hoops, we out. Y'all be safe this week.